What's up, y'all? Welcome. You're in my kitchen, in my home, and today you're gonna eat one of my most favorite dishes. This is red pepper honey glazed chicken. Now, normally I just go to the shop and then I go to a butcher or a local market and I'll just get the leg quarters section, which of course you'll see right here, right? But today it was a little different because the market actually didn't have the leg quarters. So I just took a whole chicken, cut the chicken up into sections, and ended up with 2 leg quarters and of course a wing and a breast side, which is going to be amazing. So that's the good news, that no matter what portion of the chicken you like, if you decide to go the whole chicken way, it's still going to be amazing. And of course, the finishing pieces that you have from the breast, you could cut them up, put them in a Ziploc bag, and use them later for Asian food or chicken nuggets if you got kids or whatever you have. But what I'm going to show you right now is a very quick and effective method of cooking this chicken. We're going to sear this on the stove, and then we're going to finish it off in the oven. In my kitchen, there is one rule. You gotta bring the flavor. For me, cooking is a passion, and I love hosting, traveling, and sharing my passion with family and people who love to eat. I'm gonna show you how to use simple ingredients, easy techniques to create something delicious and most importantly, flavorful. Remember, I'm not a chef, I just cook a lot. So here we go. It's simple. Once you get the chicken pieces that you love, you wanna get them separated, let them sit. I let this sit at room temperature for maybe 20, 30 minutes, put some salt on it, just to let it get inside. But now you really wanna season it. How do you season this? Very simple if you use my method. My method is simple. Salt and pepper, I use kosher salt and ground pepper. About 1.5 teaspoons of each because I'm cooking 4 large pieces. And this is all you wanna do. You wanna make sure you get that seasoning really well, just like if you're cooking a good steak. Just get that all around that chicken, like so, right? Once you season that with that salt and pepper, you wanna flip that over and you wanna do the exact same thing on the opposite side of the chicken. Why? Because it's all about the flavor, right? Now you want to take salt and pepper, you want to do that again on the opposite side. And I'm telling you, once you searing this in the pan, that flavor is going to get all inside that chicken. And then when you bake it, to finish it off, I think you're going to be very surprised by how that tastes. All right? The final touches of this, I told you this is very simple. You want to take some smoked paprika, or if you prefer, regular paprika, and all you want to do is drizzle that right on top of there. There's no right or wrong way to do it. No right or wrong way to do it. Just get it in there a little bit. All right? Then you want to flip that over just a little bit. Rub that up in there a little bit. Because remember, you're going to actually have a glaze for this chicken. So you don't want to over season it, but you definitely want to get it in there good enough. Why? That paprika gives it that color. And when you sear it in that pot and it mixes with that butter and that thyme and that olive oil, you're going to be eating good. All right, now when it's time to sear, you want to heat about 3 to 4 tablespoons of olive oil and a large skillet over medium heat. Place the chicken inside the skillet and increase the heat to high. Sear for 2 minutes until a nice golden brown. Then you want to flip it on the other side and do the same thing. Place a couple stems of thyme inside the pan and 2 on the top of the chicken. Put a little butter inside and spoon it over top. Once searing is complete, then you want to transfer it to your baking dish and finish it off in the oven 10 to 15 minutes or until the internal temperature is about 165 degrees. So just in case you want to make these potatoes while we're focusing on the chicken, I'm actually show you how to knock that out too. So I like the Russell potatoes because they're really good for frying bacon, whatever you want to do with them. So we're just going to cut these up, really simple, slice in half. I like them to be about 1 inch thick most time, like 1 inch. So let's see here, we just slice these. And you want to kind of see what's a pretty good potato for you. I like them not too big, not too small, so when they go on a fork, you can pair it with a little bit of chicken, and most importantly, get the flavor on them. So this is pretty good for me. All right, once you cut these potatoes up, as I said before, they're all about 1 inch. It depends on how you like it. Some people like them bigger. This is exactly how I like them because it's easier to eat, and you don't want to be talking with a big piece of potato in your mouth, right? So we get the potatoes, and we take a little bit of olive oil, put them in a baking pan because you're actually going to bake these in the oven for about 1 hour on 350 degrees. So we grease up that pan, nice little bit, and then we just take these potatoes and we put them all in the pan. It's that simple. And And once we got these all around, I have some spices already pre-prepared. And what I use is paprika, salt, and pepper. It's that simple. I use a little bit of garlic powder in there as well sometimes, but I'll pull back on it this time because I'm actually gonna use real minced garlic. So let's just go ahead. There's no right or wrong way to do this. You just wanna make sure that you get the flavor. It's all about the flavor. You want these potatoes to be really good. So if you get in here and you look in there, you wanna coat these potatoes and get all of that in there. Look at that. Once you get that flavor all up in there, and for the final touches, this is very simple, easy to make. The good thing about potatoes, I like it when you pair it with the chicken, is most importantly because it's got nutrients and vitamins, got a bunch of fiber in there, so it helps your digestive system, and it's no fat. Although it is a carb, it's much better than rice. So if you're rice, I love rice, but if you want the healthier option, always go for the potatoes. So you take a little bit of fresh thyme, and you drop that thyme right into that pan right there. And guess what? This is now ready to go into the oven. But you cannot forget the butter. So I'm using liquid butter right on the top of it. You take this pan, you put this right inside of the oven, you bake it for an hour, as I said, 350 degrees, and you're good to go. You're ready to serve. Now we got the chicken seared in the oven, baking at 400 degrees. You got the potatoes that's already in there, and they'll be almost finished at the same time. So what you wanna do is you wanna make this glaze. Now you're free to eat the chicken as is. It is so much flavor in that chicken as is, but this particular recipe is a red pepper honey glaze that I created, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to make this glaze. Basic ingredients that you can find in your house to make this entire dish. That's what makes it pretty cool, right? So let's go ahead and begin. What you wanna do is I'm gonna mix everything into this bowl, and then we're gonna put this bowl into a pan and warm it up a little bit so those ingredients can become activated. So check it out. All we have here is a little bit of soy sauce. I wanna say I have about an ounce, 2 ounces of soy sauce. I wanna put that in there. The same amount of soy sauce you wanna put honey. No particular type of honey. If you have a preference that you use or you prefer, I suggest you go with that honey. This is a regular, organic, really simple honey that I get straight from the local market. Remember, basic ingredients, but you're gonna eat like a superstar. Now, of course, you wanna take a little salt and pepper, just a little bit. I wanna say a half a teaspoon total of both of them together when you mix it. Mix that up a little bit at the bottom, just to make sure they're all in there, right? Now, you wanna go to the minced garlic. Now I'm saying this is a teaspoon. I like to put a little more garlic in there. A little garlic ain't gonna hurt you. Mix that in there. You can already begin to smell this. That's what makes this meal amazing. Everything uncooked already smells like it's cooked. Last but not least is you wanna take some crushed red pepper. Now depending on your heat tolerance, and this doesn't make it super hot, it just gives it that nice little bite when you bite into the chicken and you drink that, I say drink the juice, because that's what most people do, is they love how this tastes, right? So I'm gonna show you here. This is roughly a half a tablespoon, but because I have 4 pieces of chicken, I'm gonna go to a full one. And this is all you need. You wanna mix that up in there like that. Look at that, you just see all that. Now what bonds this together, because you don't want to just put it up there like that, is your favorite barbecue sauce. You want 6 ounces if you're making 4 big pieces of chicken. If you're making 2, you want to split it in half. 6 ounces of your favorite barbecue sauce, and that ties this all together. Yeah. I know y'all hungry as hell out there watching this, because I am. All right. Now look at this. You mix this together. Check that out. Check out that flavor. This is. That's it. We take this right here, take this to the stove, put it in the pan. Let's go. Then once you have the red pepper honey glaze sauce all mixed together, move it to the stove on low, add a little butter, set it to the side until you're ready to glaze. So I take the chicken out the oven. I told you almost before it's done. Think about the last 5-10 minutes. It's about 160 degrees now, which is perfect. So I'm gonna take some of that juice, and I'm gonna just pour some of that juice out into here. Don't get rid of that juice, whatever you do. Just pour a little bit out, all right? Then we're gonna set this to the side. like so. Now we're gonna have to glaze this chicken. Pour a little bit of that juice out. This is where the magic happens. You take that same juice and you dump it back into that glaze that was on that oven. And now you mix it together. That's what's gonna make this glaze runny, right? You mix this together now. Look at this. Mix that glaze together. Now, you wanna pour that right on that chicken. Look at that color. See, some people think you're gonna water that down. That's not watering it down. All of that flavor, that sauce, those spices. And I can see why this is a favorite for a lot of people. I mean, it's easy, it's fun, it's yummy. Grown ass man using the word yummy. That's my daughter. Look at that. So that's enough. Put that in there. Now you're gonna take this, place this back in the oven for about 5 to 10 minutes and you're good to go. Chicken is done, the potatoes is done. We let the chicken sit for about 3 to 4 minutes out the oven. And now we're gonna plate it. Look at that. It is so juicy. Look at that right there, wow. So I'm just showing you it doesn't matter. You got leg quarter on this side, you got a breast and a wing on this side. Whatever your favorite chicken is, this is a healthy meal. This is an amazing couples meal, romantic dinner. Look at this. And dollar for dollar, it doesn't cost you anything in comparison to what you would pay if you went out. Look at that. I'm gonna take a little bit of parsley, put it on top of your potatoes just because I love color. See, most people don't realize you eat with your eyes. You don't really eat with your mouth. You see it, your mouth salivate, then you want the food. So I love to encourage eating with your eyes. Let's get us a spoon. And you want to put a little bit of that over the chicken. There we go. Look at that. Life don't get no better than that. Man. Everything I cook, I love flavors. It's got to be about the taste. Finish it off with a piece of thyme. There you go. You have dinner served. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Again, this is one of my favorite meals. Try it out. Tell me how you like it. It could become one of your favorite meals. And most importantly, this is in my cookbook. It's one of the most favorite recipes from popular demand. They love this because it's simple, it's effective, it's healthy, it's flavorful, and it makes you feel good, right? Food is love. If you eat good, you feel good. So check out my book, He's Got Flavor. It's available on Amazon.com. And stay tuned for more because I'm coming back.